Okay, guys, here's my long-term review of these Alpinestars Corozals Adventure boots. I love these things, and I loved them so much that I bought a second pair before they change them or discontinue them, and they are beautiful boots in my opinion. As you can see on the right, I've got my well-worn boots that I bought in April, I think, of 21. So these are going on whatever, over 3 years old, I think, if I do my math correct. And I've ridden everything with them, from the big, the Tenere T7 to my Cross Trainer 300 to my Electric Motion Trails trial bike and Trial Z bike, the Escape. But they've held up incredibly well considering how much I've beat the hell out of them. I have completely submerged them, even though they're supposed to be waterproof. Obviously, if you go over the top of the boot, it doesn't work. So I wish they put this skirt up a little further, just because you need the full waterproof height. Because when you're walking and doing water crossings, you need as much height as you can get. But yeah, I've completely drenched these things a few times, and that takes a toll on them pretty quickly. But the only thing pulling apart right now is a little bit of the nose right here, or the toe right here. That's not bad. You can always put your 3M 5200 on it. Buy the black. It'll match, and stick it in there. I fix a lot of things with 3M 5200. But you can see, I bushwhack with these things, rocks, sticks, water, you name it. I have crushed these things. Got some leaves in there now. Yesterday I got pinned down on a fall on my Electric Motion, trapped on a rock wall with some logs, and I could not get up. My ankle was being crushed by the bike and the rock wall, but I finally strained my eyeballs out to get out of that position, but luckily it held up. Now, a buddy of mine just kind of gave me a hard time for riding hardcore. We were doing hardcore big bike, Tenere, African twin riding on a lot of chunky, nasty stuff, where we were getting stuck in mud holes and, what do they call it, baby head rocks all up the steep inclines and falling over. And luckily I didn't fall that day, but the other guys, they fell a few times each. And he said, you got to get heavier boots, you're going to break your ankle, because he broke his ankle. Now, I agree. You can, every time you get injured or you fall, you could always use more armor. It doesn't matter what you have. You could use the next step up, because there's always a limit to how far your protection can go. I wear more than most, but to me, the advantages of being able to walk in these things, the traction, the comfort, to me on Alpinestars is by far blows everybody away. So in the simplicity of 2 buckles, I slapped these things on in 2 seconds. The waterproofing did work pretty well in the beginning. All waterproofing wears off. I only have a small tear here. I probably could fix that by hand. But they've worn incredibly well, considering the abuse I've put into them. So I'm going to highly recommend these things. There'll be a link down below. I love the way they fit up to the bike well. They grab the bike well. You do have some harder armor plates inside here. You are not going to get that hard enduro protection. Now, I'm doing slower, much more technical stuff, so I'm not taking, if you're racing, obviously these boots have nothing to do if you're racing. You need a lot heavier stuff. So these are, highly comfortable, long-term riding on an adventure bike. You can go through the chunky stuff. You just can't go flying through and smashing your feet on logs, because you will break stuff. But I do a ton of my Electric Motion bushwhacking with them, and just the ability to be able to climb up the ridges and walk when you're trapped and stuck, and move around. And the hard, I have a Tech 7, which I wore a lot too, but it's just too hard and difficult to control the bike. You get a lot more control with the bike, and hopefully you won't fall with a boot like this. So that's part of the theory. I am a huge proponent of armor and as much protection as you can get, because you will always need it when you go down. But here they are in their glorious unused state. I think they're being made with the same quality level, hopefully. I can't tell if there's much difference yet, but they look good. They're still the Drystars. I do love the brown leather. I can't really see any real differences. I don't know. Looks like they put this funky little pattern on here. I don't know what that is, but it's kind of cool. But they're beautiful. Hopefully I'll be breaking these in soon, but I'm going to keep wearing my old ones while I'm doing as much hairy stuff as I can. And I haven't had any major failures on them yet. Again, this is 3 years of wearing the hell out of them with all sorts of different bike riding. Hope that helps you guys. Appreciate any likes and subscribes. And again, the link will be down below to what I got. Take care.